Welcome back to another edition of Danny's Diary with Tote Ambassador Danny Mullins. Danny, it's wet and windy out here. How are you?
I'm good. I've just schooled a few horses on the Curragh in the pelting rain. I didn't particularly enjoy that, but we're warm and dry now.
You've had a plenty busy week over in the HWPA Awards in London, and Willie picked up Trainer of the Year.
Yes, it was fantastic for Willie to win that, and I suppose the victory at the Breeders' Cup was probably the one that sealed it. You know, he'd won the English Championship before, nothing new there, but to see the horse, Ethical Diamond, go and win the Breeders' Cup turf, that was something special and deserving of the award.
And you've also been at the sales down in Goresbridge as well. Did you buy anything down there?
No, I was down there with my mother, Margaret Mullins, and we were looking at a few horses. The one we liked, Dan Ashbury, was over from England, I think, with Mickey Bowen. A nice horse that won a 4-year-old maiden last weekend. So good sale, and nice to see a horse and training sale like that kicking off and starting to build momentum here in Ireland as well.
Brilliant, and we've got a brilliant weekend of racing to look forward to. Before we get into some of your good rides at Navan, obviously we've got the Tingle Creek, which is the main serving in England on Saturday, and the horse you'd love, Hilly Thomas, but you think he might be vulnerable on the soft ground maybe? Possibly.
Some of his best form hasn't been before Christmas, and he's in the spring, nice ground, sun on his back, he seems to really come alive. So with that, you're looking at John Bon, bar being beat by Hilly Tom in the celebration chase there at the end of the season, he looks fairly untouchable around Sandown. I think the recent run should have him come more to the fore, and John Bon is the one I like in the race. Load of Sud was good in the Slur chase at Cheltenham, but for me around Sandown, I think John Bon is probably the one you need at these prices especially.
It's brilliant. It should be a fascinating race, and we've got some Tote sponsored races at Navan tomorrow, which you are kindly riding in for us. But you've got a really nice top class bumper horses going hurdling Copacabana to kick off.
Yes, I think he might have started near favourite for the champion bumper last year. Schooled very well at home, and it's a typically competitive December maiden hurdle in Navan, but I'm hopeful he'll have a winning chance in it.
Brilliant. We've got the Tote sponsored Grade 2 novice hurdle there as well, which you ride Dr. Steinberg.
Yes, he's got a bit of experience from the summer, and hopefully that race fitness will stand to him. It's stepping up in grade, but deserves his chance at it, and hopefully he'll equip himself well.
Brilliant. And then you move on to Facile Mode, who was really good at Cheltenham last time, second.
That's it, a good run and stayed on well, and I'd imagine with this rain falling around us at the moment, Navan is going to be testing at the weekend. I think if he can build on the Cheltenham run, he had a good run over hurdles in Galway in a staying handicap. I think a handicap of this kind of pot is well within reach for him, so we're very hopeful with him.
And a horse that will be synonymous with a few people at home, went off favourite for the Supreme a few years ago. Tullyhill, you ride him in the listed Tote sponsored chase.
Yeah, it's a good pot as well, a nice handicap for him, and he's carrying plenty of weight in it, but I think that type of race could really suit him, where he's a fine big horse, good jumper. He'll be well able to shoulder that weight and probably taking a little bit of a drop in class, which could really see him come to the fore. I've great booker rides throughout the card in Navan, and I'm hopeful that there's a couple of them can win.
Hopefully one of them is in your own race. They watched Danny's Diary at Tote Racing Beginners Chase, and Predator's Gold, who was a decent almost borderline top class novice hurdler, and he goes chasing now.
That's it, and he's schooled very well at home and makes the transition to going chasing this year. You'd like to think he's going to be, having a favourite's chance in that, and if he can get the job done there, he'll go on to some nice races at Christmas, but be hopeful he'll be very competitive in the race.
Brilliant. And on Sunday it gets even better with the Hilly Way Chase, a race that Willie's won plenty of times over the years, and it looks a vintage renewal with Margeborough Fan, a 50, and Ergum in Banbridge, and you ride one of the outsiders. Yeah,
I ride an outsider for John Ryan, who hopefully gets some valuable prize money in the race, and you never know. Looking through the fancied ones, Margeborough, 5-year-old, probably blew the Arkle last year with probably running too keen and making mistakes. I think the fact that he's older now, he looks more settled at home, and that can allow him to get the first mile of the race right, which probably gives him a best chance of winning it. Energamine, he's won it a few times down there. I think he's 11 rising 12 now. for 2 mile chasers, they're probably gone past their prime. I don't know, he'll be in the mix, but it'll need to be a big performance from him to be able to beat Marlborough. And the interesting one is Banbridge, last year's King George winner, who was going to run a fine race behind Energamine last year and was in the mix down over the last couple with him. So he could be the one to trouble Marlborough the most, and who knows how much spark is left in Energamine. His work at home is very good, but it's just the age factor that you'd have to have a question mark over.
It could be a really informative weekend for that sort of 2 mile chase division. We're going to put you on the spot here. Give us some predictions. How's it going to go? You've gone with John Bon.
Ooh, John Bon to win the Tingle Creek. Energamine cause an upset in Cork. Paul Townend will go back for him, and I'll get back on Illa to Tom. Wouldn't that be nice?
Brilliant. Let's see if it comes to fruition. If you do enjoy hearing from Danny and Danny's Diary, make sure to subscribe to Tote's YouTube channel and drop a like, and leave any questions you want from him. We'll do a Q&A before Christmas, so you can ask Danny a few questions. And another thing to know, if you want to go to Punchestown for free on New Year's Eve, head to their website. Tote are sponsoring the card there, and they're celebrating 175 years of Punchestown, so you can get free tickets to Punchestown on New Year's Eve. That's all for this week. Thanks to Danny, and we'll see you soon.